Kim here from TotalFemaleHockey.com, and I want to show you the 2 tests that you guys can do to see whether you're at a level to compete at the highest level of women's hockey. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do in this video is just going to go through 1 test of your balance, your single leg balance, and that's probably the most fundamental thing that you can work on to take your game to the next level. So what we're going to be looking at is the balance between your 2 legs, how low you're able to get, and if you can stay in that low position for over a minute. That's really what you need to do to get to the elite level. So I'm going to show you guys the position you need to be in. You guys are going to do this at home, and you're going to see whether you're balanced on both sides. So you get nice and low, knee to calf. That's the most important thing. Knee to calf, knee to calf. I'll say it until I'm blue in the face. Knee to calf, chest up. Okay, now to get to an elite level of hockey, you've got to be able to hold this for at least a minute without doing this, without letting your chest drop at all. Because this is not just about stability and strength in your leg, it's also about your posture. And I'm sure you guys have seen people on the ice, you tell them to get low and they do this, right? They just drop their head down, that's getting low. That's not what it's all about. You've got to sit your hips back, bend your knee to get way down there. So you're going to test it out on one leg. How long can you hold that position without shaking around, without your arms going crazy, just in that tight, low position. Then you're going to switch over to the other leg and do the exact same thing. Now what I want you to do is compare the 2. You know, were you able to do 45 seconds in one and only 30 on the other? Okay? Or did you notice that you had much better posture on one leg than the other? So a really important thing here is balance between the 2 legs. It doesn't matter if you're a goalie, a defenseman, or a forward. Okay? You have to be equally as strong and stable on both legs. Because if you're not, and you're a defenseman, you're always going to favor pivoting one way more than the other. Okay? If you're a forward and you're stronger one leg than the other, you're probably going to always make your fakes in one direction. Okay, goalies, this is probably the most dangerous for you, right? You've got to be able to push off equally as strong and in as much control in both directions in your net. So this is a fundamental thing for all players to have. You really got to push yourself to get as low as possible and hold that position. So again, elite level female hockey players, at least a minute on each leg without moving. So we're talking about balance left to right. The other thing I want to talk about is balance the front of your body versus the back of your body. And this is probably one of the most fundamental differences between girls and guys hockey players. Okay, women, female athletes tend to be much stronger in the front of their body, so in their quads, okay? And that's good for hockey because you need to have big quads to power yourself down the ice. The problem is when you couple that with tight front of the body muscles from sitting all day and then working at the computer and then sitting in the car, you're always sitting. All the muscles in the front of your body get really, really tight. And there's not a lot we do to strengthen the muscles in the back of our body, like our hamstrings and our glutes or our butt, however you want to call it. Okay, but the thing is, these muscles in the back are actually the strongest muscles you have in your body. So you really want to be able to use your glutes and your hamstrings to drive every time you take a stride, so you're going to be more explosive on the ice, you're going to be faster out there. Okay? But if you're just using the muscles in the front, okay, you're never going to be as fast as you can possibly be. You're never going to be able to take your game to that next level. So you really have to train not only being able to be in that low position, but really train these muscles in the back of the body. So what I want you guys to do is you're going to do the 2 tests, you're going to compare left to right leg. Do you have one that's stronger than the other? Okay? You can even shoot me an email and say, hey, I had one that was a minute, the other one's only 20 seconds. What's going on here? Now, if you're under the age of 18, I'd prefer that you get your parents to email me just to make sure, you know, it doesn't sketchy or anything. Okay? But just send me your results, okay? And let me know how you did. Make sure that you're trying to even out on both legs. Okay? And the key thing about this is all really trainable stuff. Okay? You don't need to be out on the ice skating all day to get stronger, get more stable, and be more powerful on the ice. You just need to be doing training that's going to develop these abilities. So if you want to get started with the training program that's going to allow you to create that balance between each legs, okay, and really take your game to the next level, I suggest you click on that button down there, okay, and get started with the complete training system today. So again, try these tests out, okay, send me your results if you want, okay, and hopefully we can help you take your game to the next level.